Imagine it is a freezing cold winter night. You are sleeping deep inside your blanket. Suddenly, you feel your blanket move just a little. You think it is just a dream, but then someone pulls the entire blanket off you. You wake up in shock, look next to your bed, and see someone standing there, staring right at you. Just think, how terrified would you be? Today, I have a story just like that. My name is Zakir. This happened 2 years ago. We planned a family trip. Originally, we were going to Naran, but I saw a video of Shogran on my phone. The meadows and the jungle looked so peaceful. I showed my wife, and she said, "Let's go to Shogran this time. Let's see something new." That was the decision that changed everything. My wife told me that usually people leave their cars down below and rent a local Jeep for Shogran. She had seen this in videos, but I was too confident. I said, "Don't worry, I have a 4x4 car. We will drive up ourselves." I didn't know how much I would regret this later. We woke up early for Fajr prayers, had breakfast, and left the city by 7 a.m. The start was perfect. We stopped on the motorway for tea, the kids were laughing, and we had plenty of snacks. Everything felt normal. But when we reached Balakot, our luck changed. Near the Kauai market, traffic completely stopped. It was bumper to bumper. Cars were not moving at all. It was getting late, almost evening, and the kids started crying. I got out of the car to talk to some locals. One man told me, "If you have a 4x4, there is a shortcut through the jungle. It is dangerous and muddy, and there are no mobile signals, but you will skip this traffic." He warned me, "Only go if your driving skills are very good." I looked at my wife and kids. They were tired. The sun was setting. I had to make a choice. Desperate to escape the traffic, I decided to take the risk. I turned the steering wheel to the right, leaving the main road to enter the raw jungle path. As soon as we entered the jungle, the traffic noise disappeared. A strange silence surrounded us. It was getting dark, and big pine trees covered the sky. The silence was so heavy that the kids stopped playing and went quiet. My wife asked, "Are we on the right path?" I checked my phone. No signal. The map stopped working. It felt like we were driving into a dark tunnel made of trees. We were completely alone. No city lights, no other cars. To break the silence, I turned on some music. But even the music sounded strange, like the sound was suffocating. My wife whispered, "I don't feel good about this." I tried to act brave and said, "It's just an adventure, we will be out soon." But deep down, I was scared too. Suddenly, something black and fast shot across the road. It moved from the right side to the left, disappearing into the trees. It happened in a split second. It wasn't a human, and it wasn't an animal. It was just a terrifying black shape. My heart skipped a beat. My wife's face went pale. She asked slowly, "Did you see that?" I knew if I said yes, the kids would panic. So I put a finger on my lips and said, "Shh, don't scare the children. It was nothing." But I knew it was something. Then the car started acting strange. As a driver, you know when your car gets heavy. I felt like someone was pulling the car from behind, or like a heavy weight was suddenly put in the trunk. The engine was roaring, but we were moving slowly. The mud on the track was getting deeper. I pressed the accelerator harder, but the car felt dragged. My wife asked, "Why is the car so slow?" I lied and said, "It's just the mud," but my heart was racing. Suddenly, thump! The car hit a deep mud pit. I tried to reverse, then move forward, but the tires just spun in place. We were stuck, trapped in the middle of a dark jungle with no signal. I turned off the engine. The moment the car went silent, the jungle sounds came alive. Owls hooting, insects buzzing, and something else. We felt like eyes were watching us from the darkness. Suddenly, the whole car shook violently. It felt like someone outside grabbed the car and shook it. The kids screamed. My wife grabbed my arm in terror. I tried to start the car again, but the tires were buried deep. I knew I had to check the tires. I reached for the door handle, but my wife stopped me. "No, don't go out," she begged. "I can feel something bad out there." But I knew if I didn't check, we would be stuck there all night. I stepped out into the mud with my mobile flashlight. It was freezing. As I looked at the tires, I felt a strange vibration, like something was moving underneath the car. I couldn't see anything, but the feeling was horrible. Suddenly, my wife screamed from inside, "Zakir, come back!" I jumped back into the car and locked the door. She was shaking. She whispered, "I saw a face. Someone was looking through the window." My blood ran cold. The windows started fogging up. We sat in total silence, terrified. We were not alone. Something was outside, playing with us. My wife said, "Please don't go out again," but the car was sinking deeper. I had to try one last time to put stones under the tires. I went out, reciting prayers. I picked up a stone, and suddenly I heard a hiss right next to my ear, a whisper from nowhere. I spun around, but no one was there. I was sweating in the freezing cold. I ran back to the car. My wife signaled me to hurry. She said she saw shadows moving around the vehicle. Then we heard it. The sound of dragging feet. Swish, swish, like someone walking barefoot on wet mud. It was circling our car, round and round. Then a new sound started. Thunk, thunk, thunk. It sounded like someone hitting a hollow tin can. It had a rhythm. It wasn't random. It was like music. And then came the laugh, a broken, creepy laugh echoing from the trees. It sounded like a mix of crying and laughing. It was getting closer. I looked at the headlights. My heart stopped. Shadows started appearing in the light, small, short figures. They were coming out of the trees. They looked strange. Short bodies, long arms, and big heads. One of them was holding a tin can and hitting it with a stick. Thunk, thunk. They started moving their bodies in a jerky, unnatural dance. The scariest part was they weren't looking at us. They didn't care about the humans inside. They were staring at the car. They were looking at the headlights and the metal like it was a toy. One of the creatures climbed onto the bonnet. It put its face right against the headlight, staring into the bulb. It tapped on the glass. My wife whispered, "Zakir, it's touching the car." I thought I was going to faint. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the key and turned the ignition. The engine roared to life. The sudden noise shocked them. The creatures froze. The drumming stopped. I pressed my hand on the horn and didn't let go. Beep! Sound pierced the silent jungle. The creatures panicked. They covered their ears and scrambled back into the darkness. I pressed the gas pedal with all my strength. The car roared, struggling against the mud. Just then, in the rear-view mirror, I saw a light. A motorbike was coming. 2 local men on a bike pulled up behind us. The horror vanished instantly. The men looked at us and said, "Are you crazy? Why did you bring your family here at night?" They helped me put wood under the tires and pushed the car out. They escorted us all the way to the hotel in Shogran. When we reached the room, we were safe, but we couldn't sleep. I learned a lesson that night. Some places look beautiful in the day, but at night they show their true face. I still wonder, what were those things, and why did they want my car?